Assalamualaikum and good morning, students.
Waalaikumsalam. Good morning.
Yes. Alright. As you all know me, my name is Ahmad Syamil bin Basri, and you can call me Sir Syamil. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, how are you today?
Good.
Yes. Good. Have you eaten already? No. Oh, it's okay. We don't take. I don't take much time. Okay? Alright. So, and today we are going to learn Form 5 Biology, Chapter 8. Okay? And before we start, let's play a game.
Yes, sir.
Alright? In this game, it's a guess game. You need to guess what I'm drawing, and you need to make a sound, not to tell what the object is. You need to make a sound of the object. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. As example, I will draw this. Yes. And it sounds? Yes. That's good. It sounds vroom vroom, and this is a car. So I need you to make the sound of this object. Okay? Alright. That's the example. So let's start. Let's start with this. So, what is this? Yes, that's correct. This is a snake, and it sounds hiss. Good, student. We move to another. What is this? Let me finish the draw. So, what is this? Yes, that's correct. This is a cat, and it sounds meow. Good, my student. Give a clap to yourself. Alright. Did you know the cat and tiger are from the same family? Oh, that's what we are going to learn today. We learn about the classification and the scientific name of the organism. Do you feel excited?
Yes.
Yes. So, let's start to our first topic. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You all have already got your notes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. So let's take a look at the notes. Okay? In this chapter, you are going to learn the classification system and the naming of organism. From this topic, the learning objectives, there are 5. You are able to explain system requirement, classification, and naming organism. And second, students are able to describe classification hierarchy of organism in 6 kingdoms. And the third, students are able to describe the main characteristic between each kingdom. And the fourth, students are able to name the organism according to binomial nomenclature system. And the last one, students can construct the dichotomous key for classify organism. Alright, when we talk about the classification system, it's always come the taxonomy terms. So, have any one of you know what the taxonomy is? What about you? What? Yes, that's correct. Give applause to her. Yes, it is. Because you answered correctly, I give you rewards. if you answer the question or if you become a volunteer, you will get this reward too. Yeah. It's okay. So you must have a good approach. Alright. So that's the taxonomy. It is involved in the classification, identification, and the naming of the organism. So let's take a look. The classification of organism. The classification we can categorize by the 6 kingdom. It is Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae. Okay, for Archaebacteria, you can see the 3 characteristics. The prokaryote. You all have known what is prokaryote. So I want to ask, what do you understand about the prokaryote? So I want to ask Alia.
I think that prokaryote is organisms that do not have true nucleus or membrane organisms.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so well done. You have answered it correctly, so I will give you rewards. So take this.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, you're welcome. Yes, prokaryote is the cell that lack of nucleus. But they have their DNA from the chromosome, but the DNA don't stick in the nucleus. Okay, so and we move to next is Eubacteria. Both are prokaryotes. Okay, both are unicellular. And you see, they are also can autotroph and heterotroph. Autotroph is they make their own nutrient, and heterotroph they take the nutrient from other organisms. Right? So another kingdom, it is Protista. Protista, it is eukaryote that have the complete nucleus and that have complete organelles. It can be unicellular and also multicellular in this Protista kingdom, and they also have autotroph and also heterotroph in this Protista kingdom. Another kingdom is fungi. Fungi, they are also eukaryote and consist unicellular and multicellular, but they can only heterotroph. They need to take nutrient from others. As you can see, example, Mycena hematopus is a mushroom, and you can see mushroom. They live in a dead plant, right? Yes, so they take the nutrient from the dead plant. Alright? Or dead plant or any other dead organism. And another is a plant. They are eukaryote and involve only multicellular. And they are autotroph. Yes, as you all know, plant can make their own nutrient, right? So the last kingdom is Animalia. Alright, this is eukaryote, and they are mostly are multicellular, and they heterotroph. They take nutrient from other organelles. Okay, so that's the 6th kingdom. And let's move to the next topic, the taxonomy hierarchy. The taxonomy hierarchy, they use from the system of linear hierarchy system, and they start the hierarchy with domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and last hierarchy is species. Alright, student, you need to remember this because this topic always came out to the exam. So I will give you formula to remember this hierarchy. Alright, have you watched Didi and Friends? Yes, good. Because in this formula, I will use Didi and Friend character. Didi and Friend character to remember this hierarchy, okay? Alright, as you can see, the domain, I'm going to use DD. And then the kingdom, I will take no. Alright? Use the letter in front. The first letter, so K. Right? So, did you know this is phylum for Pak Atan, also in DD and Friend character. Class is can. Order is same, it's easy to remember. Order. Family is food. Genus is grape. And species is safely. So, did you know Pak Atan can order food grape safely? Alright, so you can take this note, or you also can make your own formula to remember this hierarchy. Between this the hierarchy, the more the lower hierarchy when is the species, the higher hierarchy is domain. So the decreasing the hierarchy, the organism also decrease, and their characteristic is start to have the same. Alright, and like domain, the domain they have many animals, many organisms. When it get to kingdom, like we can classify it to more smaller organism, to the phylum, class, or the family. It gets more smaller and more specific. Alright, so that's the hierarchy. Okay, class, you understand? Alright, good. And we move to the next topic, the binomial nomenclature system. In a simple word, this is the scientific name. Each organism, they must have a scientific name. The rules for this binomial, it is first, the scientific name must take the genus and species name, right? And the second, the capital, the genus for the scientific name, the front is in a capital letter, okay? And the third rule, it can be divided by 2 in the handwriting and also in the printed. Okay, so let's take the example of Oryza sativa. This is Peggy. In this handwriting, you need to underline. Okay, and but if you are typing, you need to use the scientific name with italic. Yes, this is printed, and this is handwriting. Handwriting is we cannot do an italic for handwriting because it will get confused, and it also is not very formalized. For handwriting, we need to underline to make it look like the scientific name. Okay, and the print, of course, we can get an easy italic because they have system in the words, right? Alright, so that's the scientific name. So let's have a discussion group. Alright, so in this discussion, I want all of you to discuss, and I will give you 2 minutes. Okay, the question also I will give to you. The question is why we use Latin words in the scientific name. Okay, why we use Latin word in the scientific name? Did you get the question? Yes. Yes, good. So I want you to discuss. You can search from your textbook, from reference book, or any research, and I want a volunteer from you to give the result from your discussion. Okay? I'll give you. Alright, thank you. I'll give you 2 minutes. You can start now. Get the answer, the volunteer can raise up your hand and speak the result. Okay? Alright. Alright, of course. Alright, so who's the volunteer? Oh, good.
So, why we use Latin word instead of meaning from our discussion? We use Latin because it has the correct language and also it unchanging since not spoken today. And the last thing is descriptive language which can be used to describe organism effectively.
Oh, that's correct. Good one. Yes. Congratulations, because you are volunteering. I will give you rewards. Alright.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. So that's correct. Latin word is a dead word, a dead language. They don't evolve anymore. Like our language, we always evolve. Every word, every meaning is always developed and developed. So that's why they use Latin. And also, the meaning of the organism is not the same between the region and other country. Like paddy, we call it as paddy. In English, paddy, right? Yes. But not all countries know the English words. So in Indo, they call beras for paddy. So, to all the scientists, when they talk about the scientific name, it's Oryza sativa, and they know it is about this organism. Alright? Okay, so that's what's the scientific name. Okay, so let's move to last topic, which is about dichotomous key. Okay, in a simple words, this dichotomous key, the scientists, taxonomists, they use to identify the organism, and they classify it based on their different characteristics of that organism. You all can see your notes?
Yes.
Okay, you can turn the page where we take this organism as an example, okay? They have a pine tree, butterfly, and snail, spider, fern, a swarm, and hibiscus. Okay, let's take a look at this dichotomous key. The first one, of course, all the examples are organisms. Okay, let's classify it. The first classify, we will classify animal. Let's take a look. Animal, we have many animals, so we cannot put all the animal in this. So we need to break it down, differentiate it more. Animal that have legs and no legs. Let's take a look at legs. Legs, we can see also three organisms, butterfly, and spider have legs. So we cannot put them all together because they can be classified more. Legs that have three pairs and more than three pairs. You can see in the example. Yes, alright. The more than three pairs. What's the animal? Yeah, spider, right? Yes. Spider, we can put spider in here because we can see the spider has more than three pairs of legs. The animal that have three pairs, butterfly and ants, right? We cannot put them together yet because we need to classify it more based on their characteristic. Three pair of leg animal that can fly, which is have wings, and no wings. So animal that have wings is yes, that's correct. Butterfly, and no wing is of course yes, that's correct. Ant. So that's how the animals that have legs. So we can let's take a look at the animal that don't have legs. We got two here, the earthworm and snake. But we cannot put it back. Put it here yet. We can differentiate them to have shell or no shell. So the no shell, what the organism? Yes, that's correct. Earthworm. And the shell, of course, snail. Yes, good one, student. Snails. So that's the organism of animal in this example. So we're not finished yet. We still have organism of plant. And plant, we must classify it more. Plant, there are two characteristics, have seed and no seed. So let's take a look. The seed, we cannot put it yet. We can see that no seed. We have here is fern, right? Fern no seed because spore, and the seed we can classify it more. The seed that have flower and no flower. So you can see the seed that have flower is, of course, yeah, that's correct, hibiscus. And lastly, the no flower is, yes, that's correct, pine tree. Because pine, they have directly seed. The seed is a very hard shell seed. Okay. Alright. So this is what they differentiate based on the characteristic. I give you analogy. Based on the bottles. Okay. In this analogy, the domain for the bottle is plastic, of course, and we can classify it more towards the plastic that can hold water. There are many containers and bottles and so on. So we classify it more the container that can hold and drink. We can drink the water. So it will be more classified to be bottles of plastic bottles here, but they also have other characteristics like small bottle, large bottle, 600 ml, 1.5 liter. So we can classify it more to find 500 ml mineral or drinking water. So then we find the other characteristic. We differentiate it more to take the mineral water. So in this mineral water, they have many minerals water. And for this one, we try to make it specific. We take the 600 ml mineral water of ice cold. So it will be more specific, and this is what the button is. It's same to this key. They differentiate more to get more specific based on their characteristic. Okay? So do you understand?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Now we move to our activity. In this is the last activity. Okay? Alright. In this activity, I give you example. I will write here the name of from the sixth kingdom. Okay. As example, I will write here Animalia. Okay. When I write here Animalia, I will take this and put to one of you where you can see the word I'm writing here, but other of your friends can see, and you need to guess what I write here. Alright? Okay. You need to guess, but what are you gonna? You can ask 3 questions to them based on their characteristic. The characteristic that you can ask is whether prokaryote or eukaryote, unicell or multicell, and autotroph or heterotroph. Okay, you can ask your friend based on this question. Let's start the practice. This is practice. So I will ask, am I prokaryote? Oh no. Okay, no. Am I mati cell? Yes. Am I heterotroph? Oh, yes. So I guess I am animal, yeah. Yeah. So that's the flow of this activity. Okay. Alright. So I will start to write it here. Alright. I will give this right to Raja. Alright. So what who is she?
Am I from Korea? Yes. Am I similar organism? Yes. Am I autotroph or heterotroph? Okay. I guess am I autotroph?
Yes. Oh no. It's okay. You can answer yes or no. Yes.
Okay, so I guess it is bacteria.
Bacteria. Correct. Yes. Well done. Yes. Bacteria. They are both actually. So both are correct. Okay. So I'll give you rewards. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. So this is last one. I'll try to write it here. I will give this one to Aina. Alright, so who is she?
I'd like to ask, am I a yes. Am I multicellular organism? Yes. The last one, am I autotroph? Yes. So I'm guessing I am planted.
Yes, that's correct. Congratulations. You also get the rewards. Alright, congratulations. Okay, yes. All of you now very understand and very know the characteristic of this six kingdom, right? And from this chapter, we have learned about the system requirement classification and the naming of the organism, and we also have learned the classification hierarchy based on the six kingdom, and we also have learned the main characteristic for each kingdom, and we also have learned how to name based on the binomial nomenclature system. And lastly, we also have learned how to construct the dichotomous scheme to classify this organism. So, well done, students. Give yourself a big applause. Alright, before I end, I will give you some homework and we will meet next week, okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright, and the homework is you can turn the page of activity 8.1. You can see that the table there. Alright, you need to work in pairs. You can find your pairs and collect information about the main characteristic of organism based on the six kingdom. You just need to fill in the blank of this table, okay? You can do it not in the textbook, of course. You can do another paper, okay? Alright. Before we end, I want to do a pop quiz. Alright, okay, I want all of you to answer what am I writing here, okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's start with let's see the question. This is student? Domain to kingdom, phylum, and what is next in this box?
Class.
Yes, that's correct. Good. It is the class. You have done the first quiz and the second quiz. I need you to choose which one is correct. I need you to choose which one is correct based on choose A, B, C, D. Okay? And last one is D. So which one is correct?
C.
Yes. Well done. Give a big applause to yourself. Yes, that's correct. This is C. This is C for the scientific name because we are doing handwriting. This is the capital and underline. Underline separately. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well done. You are very understand well from this topic. So that's all of our class today. We will meet again next week. So that's all. Thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.